Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. You guessed it, today I'm going to be planning in my Big Love Letters planner in the first half of the video, and then in the second half I'll be doing my lettering practice. So let's get going. This is going to be the week of St. Patrick's Day, and I did a very St. Patrick's Day spread in my catch-all planner, which is where I like to be seasonal. It's a vertical. But green is my absolute favorite color, and I have a ton of shamrocks, clovers left, so ignore the Easter, that's for next month. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and finish using up all these little clovers on this spread, and then I'm going to use green pens, and it's just going to be fun. So the first thing I want to do, I have these loose sticker sheets. I don't know what book they came from, but I'm going to use these arrows for my writing assignments. There are 7 green ones. And then I have another loose sheet of sticker paper that's got these little rainbows that I'm going to mix in. Finally, I pulled a super skinny washi for across the bottom that's in a rainbow. This is a Happy Planner washi. I think it may have come in one of the Be Happy boxes from a while back. I'm not sure. But I just loved that it was rainbow and it had some nice words: inspire, dream, create. So I'm going to put this across the bottom. And then I'm just going to sprinkle, because the bottom is always too skinny for much in the way of stickers. And I have to be pretty careful on the bottom not to come too close to that line, because then my pen hits it during my lettering practice and it throws me off my game. Last week was definitely an example of that. So first thing I definitely want to do is sprinkle shamrocks all around. The biggest space is at the top, so I'm going to put one of these. I have 2 big ones. I'm going to put one at the top on each side. Go ahead and put some rainbows on there too. I'm going to go ahead and put these on so I don't forget about them. They might be just a little bit, yeah, they're a little bit big, but that's okay. I'm going to put some rainbows around across this edge too. I think these I'll cut in half first. Okay, let's see what I can put across the top. I think I just maybe want to put this rainbow strip across the top center. And maybe these lips. I could put the lips on there. That would be fun. Okay, let's go ahead and put this up here. So now I know I definitely have more room for some more shamrocks up there. Like I said, I think I want to put a couple lips on here. I think that's about all I want to use out of this book, because a lot of these are kind of big, so... Okay, that's it for the clovers. I have 4 rainbows left. We're definitely using those as well. I like it. It's fuller than I thought it would end up, so I think it looks good. So let me grab my pen and we'll write in the assignments. So for the 15th, the letter N. 16th is the letter V, our new letter. And then 17th, we have a V at the beginning with vent. 18th, we have a V also at the beginning with vice. 19th, we have a V in the middle with wave. And then 20th, a V also in the middle with ovum. And then 21st, we have a V at the end, and that actually is an abbreviation, OMOV. I cannot remember what that stands for. One move, one something, I think. One vote, one... I don't remember. Anyway, it's really hard to find words that have a V at the end, so at least in English. So there we go. That is all ready to go. I will pick my pens and zoom in, and we'll get to our hand lettering practice. everyone. So I'm ready to, well, little disclaimer. I started my handwriting practice, my hand lettering practice, and my camera, after about 10 minutes, disconnected itself spontaneously from my computer. But I caught it, so I thought, no big deal, I'll just keep going. And apparently it corrupted the data file, so that piece of my recording is gone. So I'm just kind of redoing it a little bit to make sure you catch everything. So I'm doing all green. I chose a zebra Funwari. It's the only color, that green color that pen comes in. Same thing with the Tombow Fudenosuke. I've got the only green. I went with this darker green Guangna. And it did start out very dry, and I mentioned that. For those of you who decided to invest in a set of these, don't be disappointed if they start out dry. The more you write with them, the more the ink works its way down into the tip, and you'll see by the end of this lettering practice that it's nice and juicy and writes just fine. And the last one is the Pentel Touch in the basic green. So before I started, I actually talked about the N. So the N, as this book teaches it to you, and the M have a big overturn at the beginning. And I don't care for that. I had actually a couple of followers, who also mentioned that they don't care for that as well. So much like I did with the O, I'm going to change the way I do my N and my M, and actually my W and V as well. I don't like this little whoop-de-doo, this little circle-y thing that they have you do on the W. If I go back to W, here's the W. It's got this little curly-Q thing at the end. I've never liked that. So what I did was I actually pulled one of the other lettering style practice sheets that I have. This is the free download lettering practice sheet for Fudenosuke calligraphy pens, which I'm one of the 4 that I'm using. From Tombow, and I will link this in the description box below, the link to these. I also linked them in my very first video where I got set up for all of this, if you're looking for it. Anyway, the way they do their M's and N's, instead of starting with an overturn, basically a third hump on the M, they just start at the top and come straight heavy down. I don't like the spacing so much on this one, and I don't like that it's straight up and down. I like the angle, and I like this spacing on the existing, but I do like how they just start with a big heavy down rather than the overturn, which is right here. So starting today, it's my hand lettering. I can write my letters however I want as long as they're legible, and for me, I think coming straight heavy down I like better. Now, unfortunately, that did not get recorded, so I'm gonna redo just the letter N and show you. I've just got, this is just a big dotted lined page. You can use any big lined page. You can probably, it's not focusing very well because it's so subtle, but you can just use a double lined page. And then the other thing is, when I flip the page over and I look at the W and the V, they don't do a little curly Q at the end. They just do a little bit of a dash. And so that as well I'm adopting today, rather than the V here, they do a little whoop-de-doo again. So, and they do the overturn. I'm just gonna do big heavy down and a little bit of a straight shot coming out of it. So, I'm filming this after I'm done because this is when I went to download the files and edit, that I found out that that first chunk, basically the N, that chunk of recording was corrupted and not usable. So let's do my N's real quick. I'll just do a few to show you. So basically, and I had to work on my slant. You'll see later on, it picks up where the V's start, that I realized I wasn't slanting enough. So heavy down, light up, heavy down, and finish. So this is how I'm going to do my ends. I like the way they look a lot better. They look to me more recognizable as ends, and they still look gorgeous, and they look like I took some care to learn some hand lettering and how I make them. So there we go. That's how I'm doing my ends. So that's the part you missed. I did decide at this point to go over to the lower right hand corner after Sunday and redo my ace practice to continue warming up before I did the V's. So this should have you just about all caught up to where the video picks up. Yeah, that pen's definitely getting juicier, I can tell. Not bad. I definitely have an easier time laying the tip down when on the two softer pens, but I'm getting there. Okay, let's try the letter V. So I said I was just gonna do, I'm not gonna do the overturn like they have. You guys feel free to go for it. We just got an overturn with a little whoop-de-doo at the end. I'm gonna go like I did with my N and just start with a heavy down, light up, and it's a sharp one, right? It's not a wide, it's a little bit more of a sharper one. And just a horizontal line at the end. So, heavy down, light up, little dash at the end. That's a little bit big. But I like that, the way that looks. Especially if I get a nice fat heavy down and a nice thin line up, I like the way that looks. I am trying to just do just a little bit of a curve here at the bottom versus a hard stop and straight back up point. I'm trying to get just a really narrow little bit of a curve there. I like that. I like the way that looks. It's a consistency thing to get just the right sharpness, I think, on there. So just one more time for reference to come back. Here's the V. The only thing that I got to remember when I look at these is they're not doing any slant. Theirs are pretty vertical, and I like to do mine at a slant. So this letter, but at a slant, and I like it. Okay. So our first word, let's try vent, and we're going to do the notorious E and the new N. Okay, so this might take some thought. Let's see here. For the V, heavy down, light up, little connector, E. Okay, now I'm going to go heavy down, light up, heavy down, a little bit of an upturn, T. I need to work on this, but otherwise I like it. I like that. Got a little wide there. Not perfect, but I'm surprised how much I like it. All right, Vice. Not bad. I like it. This Pentel touch is really giving me trouble getting some differentiation between my thick and my thin. All right, wave. So this is another one where I'm going to change just a little bit how I come out of the W, and then again the V. I'll work on that connector just a little bit and my angle. Not bad. I knew I could squeeze another one in there. It's definitely acting a lot less dry now than it was before. I definitely think I like the look of my words better when I'm trying to make them narrower. Okay, ovum. I like that so much better than doing a big overturn. I like that better. Those just got wider and wider. So I don't know about you guys, but my V is breaking my U. So since the V is more of a point, it's causing my U's to kind of turn into points, to kind of turn into V's. So I'm having to be careful to make the V pointy and the U not, and it's kind of messing me up. And last but not least, Omauve. 2 O's in this one. That's like a bounce letter O. I'm finding that as long as I'm super careful to start my O down pretty low, they turn out really nice. All right, and there we have it. Let me zoom out. I definitely think this Guangna got juicier as my practice went on for the day. So if you did go ahead and invest in a set of those pens, don't despair if they seem dry at first. Definitely give them a chance to let the ink work down into them. Okay, I hope you like this video. I hope it gets you excited to make some tweaks, own your own handwriting, your own hand lettering, and change the letters that you don't like. I'm liking mine a lot more now that I have started doing that and remembered to do that. So I hope you like this video. Thanks for sticking with me. Please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.